Bottom line up front, Hawaii has only summer and winter. Most of the U.S. has 4 distinct seasons. Hawaii has just 2. Here is why the island's climate is so unique. Unlike the continental U.S., which experiences extreme thermal fluctuations due to mid-latitude air masses, Hawaii exists within a stable maritime environment isolated by thousands of miles of water. This isolation creates a stable foundation, but it's not the only factor at play. To understand why, we look at the equator. Hawaii sits at about 20 degrees north. At this latitude, the Coriolis effect and Hadley cell circulation dictate the patterns of the North Pacific High, which is the primary driver of Hawaiian weather systems. This near-tropical location keeps sunlight levels steady all year long. The sun angle hardly changes for the islands. In New York, the sun's path shifts huge distances. In Honolulu, the change is very small and very slow. This stability keeps air temperatures remarkably consistent from January to July. Meteorologists track the trade wind inversion layer, usually located around 6,000 feet, which traps moisture below and keeps the summit significantly drier than the windward coastal slopes. The other critical factor is the constant presence of the trade winds. These winds blow from the northeast almost every single day of the year. They act like a natural air conditioner for the state. They pull cooler air from the open Pacific. So how do these factors create Hawaii's 2 distinct seasons? Let's break down a typical year, starting with Hawaii's version of winter. Winter in Hawaii is really just the wet season. It lasts from November to April. During these months, the Kona lows can occasionally disrupt the typical trade wind flow, bringing southwesterly winds that can lead to localized flash flooding across the islands. During this time, cold fronts from the north reach the islands. They bring more clouds and some heavy rain. However, the air stays warm. Local highs in January often hover near 75 degrees. Summer is the dry season. It runs from May through October. The trade winds are most steady now. This dry period is critical for native species that have adapted to these predictable, low-moisture summers. You get more sun and very little rain. Highs crawl up into the mid-80s. The elevation also plays a hidden role here. The mountains on islands like Maui or the Big Island change everything. You can drive from a warm beach to a chilly peak in less than 2 hours. On Mauna Kea, which is nearly 14,000 feet high, winter temperatures often drop below freezing, creating a microclimate totally unlike the coast. Some high peaks in Hawaii even get snow. It is rare, but it does happen. Even then, it is just a tiny frozen cap on a mountain, not a true winter season. So, Hawaii's 2-season climate is a direct result of its tropical location and steady wind patterns. There is no autumn leaf drop and no spring thaw, just a slow slide from wet to dry. Ultimately, Hawaii's climate is defined by steady tropical heat, tempered by constant, steady winds. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more deep dives into the weather that shapes our world.